We get new details on the minimum storage specifications for the iPhone 6s. We also get spec details on the much anticipated OnePlus 2, and it seems that Google is finally making some money on mobile. I'm Jaime Rivera, and if you're having a rough Friday, do what I do. Read YouTube comments. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today start with Google, as the company has just posted its Q2 earnings for this year, and they are very positive, particularly in mobile. In the past couple of quarters, the company was actually losing money because of the Lexus lineup, but as it turns out, it is posting 11% growth in the department, which is great. Now, it seems that most of this has to do with mobile search and not necessarily the Nexus lineup, but then again, hey, growth is growth. Let's move the spotlight over to Microsoft as we get information on the new end-user license agreement for Windows 10. And a very interesting update has to do with software updates, as you are now allowing Microsoft to update your computer without your consent. And this is obviously not necessarily good because some computers don't behave well with updates, but it does seem that Microsoft has polished Windows 10 enough for that not to be an issue, or at least for the company to want to do something like this. Now, some very interesting leaks of the Galaxy Note 5 have to do with the S Pen, actually. We've got some case leaks, and we do not see an opening for you to be able to pull the S Pen as you traditionally can by just, looking for the portion and pulling it out. As it turns out, it seems that you will now be able to just push the S Pen and for it to pop out. And that's actually a good update. We actually haven't seen a stylus work like that ever since the old compact iPads. So it's a good update. The only problem is what happens when that mechanism wears off, because I used to have problems with the iPad because of that. And one of the most anticipated phones of the year is the OnePlus 2, which we should meet in the next few weeks. We get some spec leaks, and we have a Snapdragon 810 processor, 5.7-inch Quad HD display. We've got that Sony sensor for the 16-megapixel shooter, in addition to 4 gigs of RAM, and everything seems extremely positive. Let's just see if it lives up to the hype whenever it gets launched. And finally, for the very interesting news of the day, it seems that Apple has just woken up and smelled the coffee about device storage, because one of the biggest complaints with the iPhone 6 is its 16 gigabytes of storage starting point. For some people that's enough, but for most people it isn't, and we've got trusted sources claiming that as of the iPhone 6s, everything is going to start at 32 gigs, which is great news. You'll also have options for 64 and 128 gigs respectively. So again, we just hope that this happens, but it does lead me to the question of the day. What is the minimum amount of storage that you can live with on a device? What is the minimum amount? Because in my case, if it's 32 gigs expandable, I can live with that, but that is the minimum. Leave us a comment down below. What is your case? Friends, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier before this video was filmed, make sure you follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week.